Hey there, and welcome. So today, we are diving into something that trips up so many Mandarin learners. I'm talking about pronunciation speed. Because look, it's one thing to know the sounds, but it's a whole other ballgame to make them flow, right? To turn those awkward pauses into actual smooth conversation. You ever feel like this? Like you're stuck in the slow lane? You've got the pinyin down, you know your tones, but then you go to actually speak, and there's this hesitation. That little gap between your brain finding the sound and your mouth making it. It feels like you're building a Lego set brick by brick while everyone else is just talking. It's so frustrating. Well, first off, you are definitely not alone. But here's the thing. What if the real issue isn't what you know, but how fast you can access it? What if it's all about your reaction time? The secret, the real key to smashing through that learning plateau, is all about closing that gap. It's about making your pronunciation instant. It really is all about speed. Okay, so let's give this enemy a name, shall we? We're going to call it the mental lag. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that tiny moment where your brain is scrambling. It's grabbing a starting sound, sticking an ending sound onto it, and then, oh yeah, trying to remember which tone to slap on top. That whole process, that's the bottleneck. And that's what we're here to fix. So that leads us right to our goal for today. It's pretty straightforward, really. We need to get better at two things at the same time. First, the speed of putting those syllables together, and second, the accuracy of picking and using the right tone. Speed and accuracy. That's the name of the game. All right, so how do we actually do that? Well, it's like going to the gym. You don't just lift a car, right? You break it down. You train different muscles. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to break this whole pronunciation thing down into its two core parts and train them separately to build up that speed. So, let's get into the absolute basics. And here they are, the two fundamental building blocks of, well, pretty much every sound in Mandarin. It's actually beautifully simple when you look at it this way. On one side, you've got your initials. Think of these as the starting consonant sounds, your b, your p, your m. And on the other side, you have the finals. That's the vowel sound that finishes the syllable, the a, the o, the e. That's it. This is your entire toolkit. You master how to snap these two pieces together, and you can build any word you want. So here's that mental process I was talking about, broken down. Step one is just combining those two pieces. The initial plus the final gives you the basic syllable. Easy enough. Step two is applying the tone, which gives you the actual pronunciation. Right now, for a lot of us, this is a slow, conscious two-step dance. Our mission is to turn it into a single, lightning-fast reflex. Okay, so how do we train that reflex? Time for our first drill. And I want you to think of this as a workout, a sprint for your brain. It's all about pure, raw speed. We call it the speed round. All right, picture this. You're in class, or maybe you're just doing this with me right now. I'm the teacher, and I call out two sounds, an initial b and a final ah. Your job, just one thing. Combine them as fast as you can, no thinking. So what's the syllable? B-a. Go. What is it? Yep, but that's it. See? The whole point of this first drill is to just erase that hesitation. You hear the two pieces, your mouth says the complete sound. No delay. But hold on, we're not done yet. That was just level one. Now we add the tones. So I might shout B plus A, first tone, and you have to instantly fire back with ba, or maybe fourth tone, and you say ba. And this is where it gets crucial, right? Because as you know, changing that tone completely changes the meaning. So you've got to be fast and right. And we just keep going rapid fire. P plus I, that's pi. M plus U, mu. And look, I know this seems repetitive, but this is so much more than just memorizing sounds. You are literally rewiring your brain. You're carving out a new, super fast pathway, turning that slow, clunky thought process into an automatic, subconscious reflex. All right, you've warmed up, your brain is firing. Now it's time to kick it up a notch. Let's move on to drill number 2, the syllable race. This is where we bring in flashcards and a little friendly competition to really spice things up. So for this one, you're not listening anymore, you're watching. Imagine a flashcard gets held up, and on it you see an initial and a final. Let's say G and O. Now here's the twist.
The goal is to be the first person to yell out the entire correct sound. That's the syllable and the right tone. So this drill forces you to combine both of those mental steps into one single explosive action.
So for our G plus O flashcard, the base sound is G. The teacher might signal for the first tone, so you gotta shout G. Or maybe the fourth tone, G. The first person to get it right gets the point. It's all about connecting what you see to what you say instantly. So why does this work so well? I mean, these are just simple games, right? But what's happening under the hood is really powerful. You're building what we can call cognitive muscle memory. It's a real thing. You're literally training a skill to move from the slow, thoughtful part of your brain to the fast, automatic, instinctual part. It's called automation. And the advantages of making this stuff automatic are huge. First, you're building that super fast recall, just like an athlete training their reflexes. You're also seriously improving your listening skills because you have to be so focused. And maybe the best part, it makes practice fun. It turns what can be a really boring, repetitive task into an exciting game. It takes you from studying alone to competing with a team. And that really brings us to the most important point of all. We all know the saying, practice makes perfect. But I'm going to give you a new one. When it comes to learning a language like Mandarin, fast practice doesn't just make you perfect, fast practice makes you fluent. That speed is the bridge that takes you from just knowing words to actually having a conversation. So I guess there's only one question left to ask. Are you ready to get out of the slow lane? It's time to grab some flashcards, find a friend to practice with, and start racing. Because trust me, that is how you're finally going to break the sound barrier in Mandarin.